Gone everywhere. That's the problem. Always weird when you cut your nails and my fingers look stumpy. They look too short without nails. Hello, Vibes. How are you? Hello, Shree. I'm going very well, thank you. Hello, Arita. Sunblast says, may I have a reading for the next 3 days? Well, it seems like you're going to be a little bit heartbroken. Okay. There's probably a temptation to do too much for the next 3 days. So kind of reevaluate what you're actually going to do, because I think you're just taking too much in and you need to be more kind of specific what you want. Hello, Jobeth. I'm good. May I ask? Of course, Vibes. Prinyaka says, hi S, current feelings for me. Prinyaka, this means that this person's kind of viewing what other people say about you. So it's kind of like they're putting their judgment to the test. They're kind of figuring out what you kind of, the overall vibes are with other people as well. Miss Mon says, how are you? I'm going good. Jobeth says, current feelings of Shakura for me. That's a very hard name to pronounce. Current feelings. This person might not be able to share or express all their feelings. They might feel like they've been taken advantage of in the past, Jobeth, but they're also trying to chase you. So it seems like everything's good, other than they might be a little bit more hesitant and a little bit more wary when it comes to relationships. Haley says, will pulse modeling be better? Agency for my modeling career, then Saint International. Okay. So we've got Pulse on this side and Saint on the other side. So Pulse might be more specific of modeling. So it might be actually better overall if you want to be more specific or more local. But the other one, the Saint, seems to be more opportunities overall. Does that make sense? So this might be more of a local modeling agency, and this seems to be more international. Shree says general reading. Okay. There's a lot of anxiety in you in general. I think this is related to dealing with other people more than anything. And so therefore I feel like you tend to have this fear attachment that you need to let go of. You also need to decide whether you want to be around other people or you want to go and travel by yourself, because this is time to choose whether you want to move on by yourself and explore things that you won't be able to explore with other people. You know, Shree. You're very welcome, Haley. So, Vibes in next. Did S completely move on? Yeah, I feel like he has, just because Two of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this person has completely moved on. Miss Morton says, what are the outcomes of Andrew's intentions for me and third party situation? Okay, so it seems like this person tends to think about more about themselves than others, and he's actually in a point of freezing you out, Miss Mon. So you're actually being frozen by this person. So they're not going to be really that warm to you, probably more cold. So I don't think that he's thinking much about the third party either. He's more thinking about himself because that came up quite prominent. Also, I feel like he's kind of got that player vibe about him with the King of Wands there. Arita says, "Oh, thank you, beautiful Sagittarius." Um, So Rita says, can I have a wrong reading about my work? Okay, Arita. Okay, there is a opportunity there, a financial opportunity that you can take, that you actually have on the table that you know that you want to take, so take it. And also the Three of Swords in reverse, your heart is actually healing when it comes to work. So actually just take it slow, but it seems like it's become a better place to work overall, because you had like a heartbreak event with your work and you're now healing. Jenny says, hi, will I feel better physically soon? It's hard because there is, I don't know whether you will feel better physically. I think take every single day that makes you feel better, Jenny, and just go with it. It doesn't seem like it's going to get um resolve itself quickly. Does that make sense? So it's going to be just like there's going to be good days and bad days, and it's going to be like take it when you have a good day. No worries, Arita. So, what are Chris's feelings now? Says all about Maine. Okay. Okay, this person's not choosing a life choice that they need to choose. If they don't choose this life choice, the universal other people will make that decision for them. Also, reverse means that they need to learn how to control their emotions, because the emotions are dealing with, yeah, they're not dealing with their emotions very well, and it's affecting the people around them. So all about Maine. That's kind of where this person's at. So they might be feeling frustrated or angry about them not choosing their life choices. They might not even think that they have control over them, which means that they're kind of in this learned helplessness phase, or they just um forgot to choose that, and now they're acting out. So if they're acting out towards you, you might have to explain that they have the decision making to choose their own actions, you know. Effie says, does Alkis have a secret from me? Yes. Weirdly enough. They're addicted to And it could be just a mindset that they're addicted to. They're addicted to not making ideas or new things happen for themselves. They are actually very much addicted to the same day in and day out. So Effie, they might be very much a person that is very comfortable um not changing. That's probably what I would say is the addiction to not, and it's weird to say it's an addiction because that feels to me that there's a lot more underlying there. So it could be just addictive behavior that they've learned to keep themselves safe. Um, so I'd be a little bit scared, Effie, that if you confronted them, they wouldn't know how to deal with um you pointing that out to them because they haven't dealt with it themselves and they're not going to resolve it until they actually confront it themselves. Dates says, "Hey, are my friends secretly jealous?" There's a lot of this. So you've got a lot of friends, Jades. Um, they are jealous of certain things, but I don't think that it's possibly not a secret. Um, you're a very strong person and you do travel quite a lot, Jades. So they're kind of a little bit jealous of that. And that you're able to moderate your behavior quite well. You're quite a graceful person. Um, one thing that they're not particularly like jealous of is your bluntness. You probably do tend to talk a lot about good things going on in your life without realizing that some people are struggling or having a bad time. Um, some things that they don't particularly think are great is that you're very future long term driven and that you don't tend to use your financial nous. Like you know how to look after money or kind of deal with that, but they do see the downsides of some of your behavior. But overall I think that they're really happy that you're their friend. Overall you're a very honest person and you're a very strong person. So when people need to lean on you, you don't break. You're very much a good, dependable, very loyal person. Probably a little bit too blunt for them, but in general, they aren't. They're probably jealous of what you've done more than jealous of you. Does that make sense? Hello, Jacqueline. Peter, when will NS contact me? Is it all over? Well, it doesn't seem to be completely over. Um, there's a little bit of like tension or something that you have to resolve here, Pooja, um, with this person. But overall, I feel like you guys are manifesting this relationship, and also with this, there is kind of a certain amount of sexual tension or flirtation that would bring you guys back together. So I don't think that it's over yet. Ikria says, "How does Wackus Aries feel for me and our relationship after today's meetup with me?" Okay, he doesn't. It's interesting. This person might not have any idea where this relationship's going to go. So this person doesn't have any kind of possible imagination, and they're not very imaginatively driven. One thing that I would say, but they're also gambling to see where it goes. So honestly, it's still good. They're just very practically or very they tend to not really like reach for their imagination. So if you're finding this person less romantically minded, it's because of that. Because you have to have a imagination to be romantic. Lauren says, "How will B act towards me at the party next month?" Okay, so this person. Okay, so Lauren, you're supposed to like do your own glow up or kind of look after yourself, like self-care. And this person's always going to be happy to see you, Lauren. It doesn't matter when you guys meet up, this person's always going to be happy to see you. I don't know whether this is an ex of yours or someone that you're romantically minded about, but they always seem to light up when you come. So I don't think that they would care even if you're like in PJs. Hello, Chatras. Hello, N. You're very welcome, Poocha. Is that right? I might be destroying your names. I'm very bad at names. I'm sorry. Sedge says, "What's coming towards me in the next 48 hours? Thanks." Okay. There is some tension. It could be possibly family tension that's still exacerbated or going to show up. The High Priest says there's time for manifestation. But because you're not feeling very good about yourself or you're not feeling very healthy with your ego wise, you might find that you lose you don't hold on to like things that are good. You might let them go, and it might just be that the argument or unresolvedness of this situation means that you kind of then do this 180 and you tend to not want the good things in life because you're focusing on the bad things. But it's also a time of manifestation. So always focus on the bright side of life, guys. All About Maine says, "What does Junior think?" Me, just put down your question. I'll be trying to get to yours as soon as possible. I scroll down the list. So, what does Junior think about me? It's interesting because this person's got a fair assessment of you, so it seems like a very positive assessment. So they've judged you fairly, and they think that they know quite a lot about you. They also think that you're well traveled, all about Maine. So it seems like you've done a lot in your life that a lot of other people haven't, or this person's just thinking that you're quite well read or well traveled. So they kind of understand that you're a well fleshed out person, I guess. That's what this person would think of you quite a lot. Okay, so Felicia says general reading. Okay, so there's new love coming in for you. That's the first thing that comes in. Do be mindful that your heart is healing. So it's actually time to let go of some baggage or some pain that's still in your heart space so you can heal. That's what I would definitely say to you. Um, so Haley says general message. Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of distractions around you. And so therefore you're not manifesting any abundance because you're getting distracted. You're not really focusing on working towards something. And the Page of Wands here means that you should actually be learning how to focus to get your goals. So it's the whole idea is you're wrapped up in this kind of distraction cycle, not destruction cycle, but a distraction cycle. And you might need to actually focus and work towards something. Okay, so Renee says, how does Theo feel now? Give me a second, I need to scroll down. I opened up about my romantic feelings for them yesterday. Oh, this person feels very good, but they're very, like, in a certain amount of self-obsessed phase. They're kind of like, Renee, they kind of got to a point that they're really, like, used to their own company, I guess. That's what I would say. And they're kind of like in that bit where they're so used to thinking about themselves that they're really confused that you opened up because they're like, but also that they're willing to give it a shot. You know, they're willing to try, but do realize that they might come across as being quite selfish or quite egotistical at the moment because they're very used to thinking about themselves, not other people. Beautiful Sagittarius, are the people at the job scared of me, especially my manager and co-workers? What? They're scared of you? You're very welcome, Felicia. No, I don't think so. I think that they've got a lot on their plate that they think about, and they're not thinking about you, actually. They're probably thinking about other things outside work more than thinking about you. There is kind of a weird thing that you might get very upset when people display negative emotions, especially at work, and you kind of attribute that to different negative emotions. But I feel like for you, you go towards scared, which it's kind of a weird thing to kind of get people that um just go straight towards they're scared. They're not angry with me, they're actually scared of me. So it's kind of a weird thing because I would genuinely say that it's not real. It's just that your brain is kind of attributing that to scared, which is very interesting. Like, you must have dealt with quite a lot of times that you were scared or other people were scared in your past for you to jump to that place. What career path, Shurima, should I choose? Okay. Yeah, so you've got a general idea of what you're good at in your head. You just don't seem to be working towards it. So I think that you already know what career path, Shurima, you should go towards. You just haven't put in the work to go towards that. And I think that you understand who you are as a person, so I don't think that I need to point it out. Because they're doing things that seem weird to me, that's why. I think one thing that I would say to you is you could probably check out Paul Ekman's work. Paul Ekman is he's an interesting person because he's a researcher, but he works with micro expressions and detecting microfacial expressions, because a lot of times even if you're not completely like facial blind, you might tend to detect different emotions as different things depending on what you normally detect facial emotions as. So Mountain Mama says, "Hey, do you see me and Scorpio communicating this week?" Yes, I do see some flirtation. I don't think that you're organized to do anything this week. But the communication's there. You're just not do anything else this week, Mountain Mama. You're very welcome, beautiful Sagittarius. Miss Mon says, should I start dating others while he lives with me? It seems like you've got like a head struggle here. That's one thing that I would say to you. Definitely get yourself distracted. So maybe not date, but definitely not not don't do not download any dating apps because you need the distraction, because I think you've struggled a lot in your brain, Miss Mon, and it might be nice to actually have someone to talk to that's actually wanting to chat with you or flirt with you. So even if it's not serious, it helps. So Lover says, is the person on my mind still wanting this connection? No, I don't think so. Yeah, there's only one. I thought that we would have another one. But this one means that this person feels like you're too egotistical. Um, and that doesn't mean that you are egotistical. This person still thinks that you're egotistical and doesn't see their point of view. So I don't think that they want this connection still. A beautiful Sagittarius, does Pavel want to still talk to me, or is he scared too? What do you think? I feel like this person's treating you quite coldly. There is a good judgment on your part. So whatever they're dealing with right now, I would suggest leave them alone. But it seems like they're quite cold to you right now. So you might need to just let them do their thing and come back and check in with them later. I don't think it's scared. I think it's just like a cold shoulder, I guess. That's what I would say. Leo says, what are S's current feelings towards me? You're very blunt. That's what I would say. You're also a very wise person. So, that you do give good advice, but you're very blunt So they don't know how to deal with you. You might have to dial your personality back a little bit, Leo. Just a little bit. And become a little bit more relatable. Because you can blow people away with your knowledge, but then, yeah. They kind of like can't deal with the bluntness as well. It's just like you're very smart, but then you're quite blunt as well, to the point that you could be considered rude sometimes. Somi says, "Hi, is my ex satisfied with the emotional state of his new relationship? Now, no contact." This person's addicted to like not committal. I feel like that's what I would say. Somi, this person doesn't is addicted to not getting married or not committing. I feel like that's the case. Um he is happy at the moment with this relationship, but I don't know whether he will be happy in the future. You're very welcome. Moon Lover says, "I thought my crush was flirting with me, but I recently found that he has a girlfriend. Can I get a little bit of clarity?" I feel like this person normally flirts with people and doesn't know how to stop. Um, well, he knows that he can stop. Obviously, he does find you very attractive, but I don't think that he's thinking about leaving his girlfriend. There's no forward momentum, so he's just playful. So unfortunately, sorry about that, because that's a tease. Uh, Faye says, "Can I get a reading on how feels about me?" So, Faye, if you are feminine and the person that you're talking about is masculine, this is a masculine card. If you're masculine, this is you. So, King of Swords upright is actually quite a direct person, but they are very intelligent and very smart. So they can be very, um, they tend to be more leader or authoritarian, and they can be quite smart and very funny sometimes. In that upright position, they're quite good as people overall. The only thing that I would say is if this person was reversed, I would be a little bit more cautious. But they're also really wanting to play with you or interact with you. Like this is a very cute card. But it's not so much like love. This is like, hey, I really like hanging out with this person. I really like playing with them. I really like when they come and play with me, kind of card. So it's more like this person really immensely enjoys your company. You're very welcome, Moon Lover. How long did the courtship take? Says Kiki. This is interesting because there's a tower and there's also this one. So it feels like this person got abandoned quite quickly. So it seems like the courtship kind of really was a quick one, and then it just fizzled out, and because the person didn't want to take care of the other person. So it seems like that it was quickly over based on that they didn't care or weren't willing to look after each other on that kind of physical level. You know, like sometimes people don't realize that this is quite a strong card upright. It means that you look after and take care of a person. You don't want them to ever not have food on the table or a place to sleep. Huey says, why does Drew never initiate the conversation? Is he not interested? Oh, this person needs to deal with a lot of things. Curie. So one thing that I would say is they're still stuck on someone in their past. And they're not willing to learn how to move forward. So they need to work on that because, yeah, I don't think that they've really understood that at all. Um, and sometimes people don't deal very well with transitioning on after they've lost something. They just hold on to it like sinking ship. So Rita. Okay, so this person likes the most in you is that they could see a relationship with you, possibly a family with you. Um, Either that or you're a very creative person. So that those are the two meanings for this card. And the Hierophant, you're a very wise person. You're very sage in your advice. You tend to listen to other people, and you tend to give really good advice. You're very welcome. Super High says, will I get a job in the next 4 months? It's hard because I don't think that you will. There's a lot of like things that you need to take care of and work on. So I think that it's not going to be the next 4 months, but I think that you've got to work on love. There's a love thing here. So you've got to pursue like a job that you love. Um Even though it's like pursue the money, you should also work on focusing on something that you love or enjoy doing. Because it seems like there's a lot of things super high that you could probably do that would make you happy. There's also temperance, so moderation. It seems like you might be expending quite a lot of energy in your search and it's not coming up with like things, so you probably need to be more specific. Um, Thumbler says, what do my spirit guides want me to know right now? Thumbler, there is kind of money coming in for you, little bits of money that are coming in for you very soon. So the spirit guides are probably telling you not to worry and not to stress about money because it's going to get resolved soon. So don't worry about it. Little bits more money are coming in. It's not gonna be like the lottery, but you know, it's enough for things to come to you. What good changes are coming towards in the next 10 days? It seems like it's going to get cooler. So I don't know whether you're a fan of like um it being colder, but it seems like it's going to get cooler um overall in weather. Um Yeah, so and also your cards are telling you to focus on the present, not focus on the future. So it might be just to go with the flow and kind of enjoy it, like your life, by being more present. Of course, so me. Unfortunately, I can't show my face. This is a top-down mount. If I show my face, it would be my hair or my head. So unless you really want to see the top of my head, um, I don't think I've washed my hair in well, at least a day. So it just would look normal. um. So, Enchantress, I do see your money issues starting to fix themselves, but also there's a life choice that you need to choose with your money. So it seems like because you're choosing not to choose this is kind of what the struggles are starting to um they were keeping on continuing because of this life choice. But with the Lovers card, I feel like some part of this is going to be fixed quite quickly. But you need to choose this life choice. Yeah, but I don't know. Ace says, "Hello, I'm new here. How are you? I would like to know if I will pass my exams." Okay, you need to work a little bit harder to get through, but you got like a good grasp of everything. So just keep on working and you will pass. So you need to keep on studying. You're not going to completely pass. So don't stop studying now, but Princess says, "What is the outcome of adding the Pisces girl on social media? Will we talk?" We will talk. Yes, I think so, Princess. I think that you guys will enjoy like talking together. So, yeah, I feel like you will talk and it will be very fun. Jacqueline says, "What are Spirit's advice for me about my anxieties and doubts?" Well, firstly, you getting out of like a situation that you were stuck in for quite a while, it's starting to resolve. But you also need to reevaluate where you're going and keep on working towards something, you know? So that's your it's starting to work that you're not getting stuck anymore, but then you need to focus on the future. Kashi says Kashish says, "Hello, may I know where I could see myself at the end of 22? I'm a student preparing for engineering college entrance exams." Okay. Well, firstly, it's a very interesting thing that you've got both of these. Um, you're going to get into a period of self-reflection and you might feel like you're getting very stressed with this entrance exam and you might feel a little bit old and a little bit tired. But you will pass. You just need to look inside yourself and draw on more of your power that you can do it. Because I believe in you. But it's not going to be very good at the moment. But you'll get very tired this year. So just keep on working on that you can do it. So Priya says, current feelings of Neil towards me and will he contact me? Yes, I feel like this person will contact you. They're also putting in some hard work um towards this relationship, Priya. So actually, that means that they're working very hard on this relationship overall. Sapnia says, will S contact me this month? I can, Prachi. Do put down your question and I'll try to get to yours as soon as I can. So will S contact me this month? I think so, Sapnia. I think so. Because they seem very present. So. Lane says, what are Isman's feelings, intentions towards me now I kicked him out of my life? This person still wants to stay, and they don't have any idea where to go, Zane. So it's kind of interesting that they probably will still want to mooch off you. You were good energy while you lasted, kind of thing. And they're very energy vampire-ish, I guess. So they don't tend to do much by themselves. They want to feed off other people. So they'll still try to like wiggle their way back into your life. Hello, Twinkle. Prachi, Dr. Prachi, please put down your questions. So we're scrolling down, so that's how I do it. So Anjali says, love reading for the coming months. Unfortunately, there is a tower moment that's left you either this is a future tower moment or this is what you're in right now. And this is going to leave you quite emotionally really upset, but that's okay. Like some things don't work, and maybe work on the foundations of a relationship, not try to rush in too quick, because this happens a lot in romantic relationships. It doesn't always happen with other relationships, but love, it seems to happen a lot. So me says, what are Ian's current feelings towards me? I'm Taurus and he's at Aqua. It's interesting. Yeah. So this person might feel slightly like, I've dealt with Aquariuses before. My ex was Aquarius, and I'm a Taurus, and so it's very interesting because you have to like watch what you say with Aquariuses. They can be quite like, did you mean this? No, I didn't mean this. So this person feels like a little bit like out for the count, like you're running rings around them. So you might have to realize that Tauruses don't have anything other than on and off kind of switches. They're very simple. Food, probably naps and other things that happen in the bedroom. And then, yeah, they're very simple overall, but that's an interesting thing is that they're trying to like not upset you. That's the whole point. Yogurt says, what are R's current feelings of V towards me? Obviously, this person's really thinking that this will work out, Yogurt, because they're not listening to other people when it comes to you. So they're quite sure about the relationship they have with you. So they're willing to put aside any kind of like qualms that other people have or actually worried about what other people think. They're just like, they're with me. Andrew says, is everything over between me and Millid? Will he ever call me? I feel like this person is kind of like it's over, Andrew, but there's happiness and hope and joy coming in for you. So the cards are like sitting there going, even though this person doesn't want to invest in you, um, that there's a lot of happiness coming in for you anyway, Andrew. So I love Tauruses. Oh, thank you. I hope so. They make good pets. um, just don't put them in a china shop. Sultana says, hello, ma'am. Current feelings of my partner. Why is he totally silent? I think that he gets in trouble if he's emotional. He ends up in trouble, Sultana. That's why he's silent, because he can't say anything right, and when he's like not silent, he gets taken to the vets. So, also like he knows how to approach you a little bit more now, Sultana, but he'd rather not fight fight you, so it might be time to like make the peace and kind of sit there and go, okay, like I know that you can dig yourself in a hole, but and Charlie says general reading, the love is in reverse, which is deep love. You're also supposed to let go of control. So Anjali, usually we have this one in reverse, but this time you're actually supposed to let go of control over some things that are in your life. So it might be that you're getting quite stressed about things over in general because you micromanage quite a lot. And it's time to just let go of some of these things. I'm not saying like when the bills come in, you pay them, yeah. But yeah, the love is in reverse is a deep, deep love connection or love blonde. So a cash I haven't yet. I Dash says, why is our Libra came more possessive of me recently? Is he attracted towards me? It's weird because he is. There was an argument or something that happened, and so therefore he's scared of losing you. I think this is the case, is that he knows that if he does anything else wrong, you're going to be leaving his life. So it's more possessive that you'll stay kind of thing. So being aware that that might be a little bit of a red flag for me is like whether it's just possessive to make you stay, because that would not be my thing. Love reading for coming months. Who's coming to hold my hand forever? Well, it seems like you're going to have a family in the future, so there's probably a lot of people holding your hands. So I'd be warned. There is a couple of people that are saving up or showing interest in you. So it seems like a lot of people are actually interested in you, Aditi, overall. But this is a life choice that you need to choose. So it might be that you're quite passive or hands off when it comes to people's emotions, and you should actually think about saving up your emotions for the right person. So you actually invest in them, and choose your partner. You know, if someone comes in and you're like, "Yep, that person," yeah, you know. I think this is actually kind of an interesting thing because so this is a manifestation of creative energy, or yeah, someone that all thinks that they can start a family with you. You're very welcome, iDash. Pinky says, "Whom will I end up marrying and when?" Oh, this is interesting. I think it's soon. Because the hangman, you're actually full into this relationship quite soon. This person might be quite strong. Um, they might not show it on see it on the outside, but they will be naturally a strong character. Maybe a little bit more silent, because I feel like with strength you tend to be more likely to be more silent. Yeah, I think more reserved, a little bit more. But they'll definitely give great hugs. Yeah. what what did Jay think of me when we were with our common friends, says Kay. It's interesting because this person might have thought that it was quite positive, but there was also a tower moment with this as well, Kay. So I don't know what happened, but either you guys had a falling out with common friends, or that they noticed that you guys had that tower moment. But overall, it seems very positive. Aldona says, "Hey, General, please." Okay, so good energy overall. Actually pretty positive. Um, I feel like this is the next 3 months for you. You are investing quite a lot of your energy into good things, and overall, you have this very lovely spirit of excitement, and you're a very happy person. But the cards are also warning you that you should be more aware of other people's motivations. So keep those kind of wise eyes and watch people's motivations, because you're such a carefree soul, and some people just don't like that. They like pulling people apart for that. So be a little bit more wary that other people might not be what they see. Situationship a meaning with my life partner in his professional life. I think that you guys will meet on like a retreat, whether that's a company thing or in general, like you guys meet in a workshop or something. That's where you'll meet. It's going to be something like that, where you guys are developing more of a relationship with yourself, or learning more about yourself overall. Um, and his professional life. I think that when you meet him, he will be trying to transition from one thing to another thing. So it might be a little bit of a weird one where he is going to be completely changing his professional life, Angel. So it might be a little bit of a weird one where he was doing something and he's now doing something else. So it might be a little bit rocky to start off with, but I think that you'll find him very interesting as a person. So that's what you'll stay. Hestiana says, "What does my Leo think of me?" They they don't want you to know that they are very scared that you're going to leave Tassiana. So they're kind of, they don't want to show you that you have power over them. And Justice Upright, they know that you're quite a catch. Which is a weird thing for a Leo, because the Leo might never actually ever tell you that. But yeah, they think you're quite a catch, so they don't really want to tell you that they, they want you. Anjali says, Satish next moves towards me. There seems to be some hard work on behalf of Satish, but there might be also that this person wants to prove that you do like them or love them, by doing some kind of like attention-seeking behavior, which you might not want to reward, even though they wanted to do that. Rest of May, anything significant coming? I feel like you're called to focus on the present, not the future. So it might just be just focus on doing your normal thing. I don't think there's anything significant there. Love You says, "Hi, will I get a job offer at Sultan and Family?" And call me last Saturday and ask for a date of birth. I think that you will actually. I don't think that there's anything here that won't. Just keep on working on your professionalism, and I think that's it. I think that you definitely have, like, you're at least very close to being the person that they pick. So I don't think that it's not. I'm very sure you'll get picked. Mohini says, "Hi dear, Sunny's current intentions and next actions towards me." This is interesting because there was like a tower moment, or it is a tower moment with you guys right now. And there might have been this bit where this person might have tried to abandon this relationship, even though they're still manifesting this relationship. So it doesn't seem like they're completely left. And they might have actually realized that they wanted to see where they stayed, but they're also getting they might not consider this completely a committed relationship. They might actually be a little bit more treating this like a distraction more than anything at the moment. That doesn't mean that they won't see it differently in the future. They're just not sure yet. Does that make sense? Yes, Nikita. Just put down your question, and I will get to it as soon as possible. So Rita, I think I did yours. I'm very sure I did. So I will pass, but make sure that yeah, sure I've done yours. Twinkle, do you realize that I'm scrolling down? So don't spam, please, because I will get to yours. Rest of May months. Anything about my marriage and spouse? Weirdly enough, yes. Vias, I think that your May month tends to be about someone coming in for you, but I don't know whether that would be completely important about a marriage right now. But you're also asked by the cards to be more mature or more looking after yourself in general, Avias. Akash, put down your question. I will be getting down there very soon, I think. KM says, my name is Jason Merchan. Can I get my Canadian visa this time? I don't know whether you will get it this time, but because the Chow moment. So I feel like you will get it next time, not this time. I think that there was something wrong with the time that you applied. I think it was just the time, not anything to do with your application. Dee says hello. 22, love reading, please. Will I get engaged after this 6-year relationship? I think so, Dee. There seems like this is a very happy relationship, so you're called to save. So I feel like the saving is there for the the marriage. So I feel like you will get married. Probably not this year though. Okay, thank you, Akash. Future spouse, love language, professional life. Okay. Your future spouse love language is probably spending time with someone. I definitely think that that's the case, Andrew. Professional life, they tend to help people out of like struggles, probably mental struggles, and to see the optimistic parts of their life. So that either a therapist or a counselor, someone that comes and helps people get out of a mental struggle. So it could be also psychotherapist, someone that actually works with people. Hey, True Love! Put down your question. I will be getting down there. I scroll down, so you might have to wait a little bit. Anything significant coming to you? No, I think that you're actually in a period of abandonment for yourself, Andrew, and you're actually going to be walking away from things right now. If you're masculine, this is actually your card. If you're feminine, this means that this person's coming in. Cups are very emotional, connected people, so they tend to be very in touch with their own emotions. Will Theo contact me soon? Yes, but he will also VC keep it very brief. So this person might not keep really contacting you for very much. For a long time. They might just message you and then not really respond after that, VC. So Jacqueline says, will I get a love life that's romantic as what I grew up watching in Bollywood? No, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a romantic life. Does that make sense? And you can romance yourself. So I'm very sure like he can bring the romance to you. But yeah, you'll have to work on it. It's not just like you get this guy sweeping you off your feet and like thousands and thousands of rose petals later and you drowning. Oh my god, get me out of the rose petals. um Monica says, who's coming towards me romantically? Well, you got King of Cups again, but it also seems to be a life choice that you need to choose for this person to come into your life. So I don't know what life choice you're called to decide on, but you might need to actually figure that out yourself. Jolly says, do you see me getting committed soon? With whom? Unfortunately, no commitment yet. You actually need to choose a life choice as well, which is holding you back from commitment. I guess that's what I would say for you. Okay, Akash says, okay. Well, you didn't ask that question yet, so I'm gonna go and do Ponima's. Mother-in-law's Maya Devi Sharma's current energy and next actions towards me. It's weird because this person likes you and then doesn't like you. It's a very weird thing. Okay. Okay. They like you, but they don't like you around other people. Weirdly enough, a Ponema. It's like they've got to make sure that they don't seem to be viewing you in a favorable light. And maybe it's because you've got other daughters, sisters in law that they're around all the time, so they don't want to seem like you're their favorite. Does that make sense? So just save your energy, save your emotions, because it's a little bit of a ride, but that's the case. What will change in 1 year in general? Oh, there's a lot of cards. Okay, I think that you will actually be called. Yeah, yeah. You need to actually focus on where you're going. Um, that's what the cards are saying. You need to refocus and you need to actually realize that you're in control of your own destiny. And that, yeah, it's like the what is it? Time waits for no man or woman. So you actually have to take this on because the cards are like, hey, look, pretty much like we want to give you stuff, but you don't seem to be directing your energy towards anything that we could give you. So we're just sitting here in the sidelines waiting. The star means grow yourself first, and the Knight of Cups means that you're actually going to be going on a journey of self exploration as well as these are journeys on the outside as well. So it seems like a very interesting year. So well done, Angelina. This seems like a very interesting year. Butterfly says, hey, when will A reach out to me? When they feel like Butterfly that you can look after them, when they're not feeling very good about themselves and they have somewhat like you're the only person that they can turn to. So it might take a while. Between like 8 to 9 months, I feel. So probably 9 months overall. Everything about my marriage and life partner? That's a lot, Angel. Out of 2 cards. Okay. Hmm. Marriage and life partner. Okay, so this is actually going to be an interesting thing. You might find this person when you were quite stuck. And Angel, they will, like, meeting them means that you'll get unstuck. But they seem to be very similar to you. I think that you get the same sense of humor, same sense of jokes, you know. So they'll be very similar to you. Also you'll have a family together, so and I don't feel like that's very close, like that far away. I think Angel. Overall, that's what I'm feeling. Andrew says a spouse background and professional life zodiac sign. Okay, so what is this? This is Earth. Yes. So a Earth sign, because these are ones. I had to remember for a second. I was like, what's going on? Spouse background and professional life. Um, I feel like this person does a lot of sports, or they were retired sports person, and now they do some kind of coaching, but they're not, Andrew, they're not on the field doing sports. They're kind of in the background making sure that people um kind of take that step or direction themselves. So they might be also a personal trainer as well. Cash says, "Can you do a car reading for me? I'm technically stuck with money management and my car. What? I feel stuck in my life. What about my love?" That's a lot of questions. That is a lot of questions, you know? That's a lot. Okay, so your love life first is the tower here. Um, why your love relationships don't work is you're building them too fast. They tend to fall down quite quickly because you built them and then there was no foundation. So as soon as they start like having a little bit of an argument or difficulty, you guys don't have anything built there that holds up the relationship, so it's easier to get out. Hey, Poggers. Um, instead of staying in. Um, and also you need to grow yourself. There's a thing where you're not growing yourself. You're actually looking outside yourself and going, well, why is everything happening to me? Without realizing this is all internal. It's also that there's a life choice for you to choose that you haven't taken yet, and this is probably why you're feeling very helpless. Is this might have not been the first life choice that you chose not to choose. So when we choose not to choose a lot of choices in our lives, then we kind of get in this learned helplessness state that we don't tend to work on the next thing, because we don't know how to resolve the issues that we have because we never chose those choices. Hello, Stag King. How are you? Heba says, what is coming my way soon? Okay. Ooh. This is interesting. There seems to be some self-deception or self-deceiving. Somehow you're getting lied to. I think that's what I'm meaning. And this could just be yourself, lying to yourself. But it's weird because, like, I feel like overall you understand um, yourself, and you know, like, everything about yourself. So I don't know why the self-deception's coming in for you, but that's overall what I would say to you, is that there's, like, that you're very aware of yourself, but at the same time that you're kind of lying to yourself too. No worries, Akesh. I don't know yet, true love. What is B's true current intentions towards me, Lauren? I This person doesn't know whether they want to be with you, Lauren. They're actually struggling, and um they're either going to give up quite soon, or they're in the process of giving up soon. And they're taking other people's advice, or being worried about what other people would say about this relationship. So I think they're kind of giving themselves excuses to leave. Lauren, if that helps. Butterfly says, will our married life be happy? Will we have good chemistry? Will he start listening to me more? It feels like happiness is what you'll make it. And I feel like you're not creating this butterfly, or not starting the ball rolling on this. You're waiting for the other person to do everything, and you're not really working towards that. That's what I would say. So happiness is, for me personally, I would say, is a state of mind, but everyone is different, and I can understand some people not having even the ability to be happy. Andrew says, what is coming towards me? Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Temperance. So, if you're feminine, this is you. If you're masculine, this person's coming in for you. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is actually a self-savvy businesswoman, and she'll probably start her own business. So she might be asking for money or time from you to actually start this business up. So you might be actually business partners. Temperance means that you should actually moderate your behavior, Andrew. And the Fool is actually being, just going along with the flow, but also be aware of what other people, like, their motivations. But I think that you're doing very well. Mia says, am I going to go and enter inside a business school next year? I feel like you will, Emmy. I think that you will definitely get the offer, and it's up to you to accept this. So I think that it's only fair, and I think there's fair judgment on their part to accept you. The sisters says, "Does Jerry love me?" Hey, Owen, how are you? I put down your question. It might take me a little bit, but does Jerry love me? You definitely have got this person out of a bad situation. The sisters. And I think even though this person enjoys being around you, or you have kind of liberated this person, they're still very scared of people overall. And it might have been past relationships they're scared of. So I don't feel like they love you yet. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a massive amount of attachment to you. You're very welcome, Lauren. Beautiful Sagittarius says, "What does my parents think about what I'm doing with my life this time?" Beautiful Sagittarius, they probably think that you're addicted to being very hedonistic. I feel like that's the case. That you're not really planning for your future, that you're kind of like doing all that stuff right now and not thinking about your future. So that's what I would say for you. Kaya says, how does he feel after hanging out? It's definitely he's definitely addicted to being very attached very quickly to people, Kaya. So it's kind of a hard thing because this person might have anxiety, like separation anxiety with people, and that could be a little bit more of a dependency that this person might display. Um, but yeah, I'm not a diagnostician. There'll be a lot of people out there that could do that. Um, but yeah, it was fun going out, but he's also really glad that he's at home now. He's got his own space and he's away from people. But he definitely enjoyed it while you guys were together. Alishba says, Sagittarius is do we think you'll meet in person again? I'm a Gemini, he's in my country. I think so. I think so, Lishba, because you both came up here, so I think so. How does Sagittarius use us view me compared to other girls? Um, well, he's seeing how this goes, so I don't think that there's any comparison. He's just like everybody's different, I think, for this person, so they wouldn't compare you. How does Gemini man feeling about me? Says Gerda. Will he contact me again? I'm a Virgo. um, so it's kind of interesting because this person thinks that you've had quite a lot of life experience compared to them. Um, but they're kind of in like a little bit of a quagmire right now. They're struggling with thinking about contacting you. They might be even scared about contacting you. um, so yeah, you might have to contact them because they're a little bit worried. Twinkle says, myself, Nathan, how will be my future husband and where will I meet first time? Okay. Those two came out. Okay. How will be my future husband? Okay. So this person will be quite blunt. They'll also be quite self-directed. I think that they tend to know how to work very, very hard. And they will be more self-contained, I feel, overall. So you might find that they're less emotionally minded. They will feel, but they might not be able to really talk about it. They'll be like going off in their own little world, so don't expect them to be very emotionally minded. Um, where will you meet the first time? It's interesting because I feel like at a place of worship, like somehow you guys meet outside, which is weird because um yeah, it's like a place, white walls, like big stones, I think. But it's I wouldn't say it's completely like a church. It's like something else, you guys. It Yeah. Twinkle, it's weird because I'm feeling like granite rocks. Flamme says, what is Alain's feelings towards me? How does he see me? He sees you as you. I think this person definitely knows who you are, Flamme. And also that this person would see you as a future person to have kids with or to raise a family with. So don't run away. Because this might not be like, hey, I want to have kids, breathe heavily. You know, it's more like, you know, when you meet someone and you're like, hey, actually, they wouldn't be bad as like a partner, you know? Like, I could see that they're good with kids or they're good with family, you know? So, Sakashi says, hey. Watching YouTube says, can I ask my mum and dad's feelings towards me? Overall, very good. They know that they have to. They treat you nice, you treat them nice, kind of thing. There might be jokes about like what you're going to do in the future, whether you're going to put them in a home or not. But watching YouTube, that's yeah. But they still find you very aimless, and you seem to be not very excited about life right now. So they're kind of watching you, kind of going, I wish that they were a little bit more excited about everything. Hello, Ishita. Oh my god. So Dr. Prashi says, my pet dog went somewhere, I don't know where, but how is he if you can? Well, he's been picked up by someone that's really nice. So he's somewhere safe. Um, and they're looking after him a lot. He does miss you a lot, Dr. Prashi. So he is missing you a lot, and he wishes that you were there. So he's kind of whining a lot, but He's getting fed a lot, and he's getting a lot of pats and a lot of attention. So don't worry, he's fine. I don't know whether you will get him back soon, but he's safe, and I think that he's closer than you think he is. So he's probably like not this street, but like next street or the next street over, kind of thing. It's very close. I'm Sagittarius and he's Aries. Will you tell me something? Says Takeshi. Okay, this is interesting because you're very much wanting this connection, but this person's kind of mentally not there yet. They're kind of struggling in their brain um a lot. That doesn't mean that they're probably depressed. They're just mentally not there yet to be in a relationship with you. So that could resolve or that might not resolve. It's just based on at the moment they will not know. And I don't think they will know until they kind of keep on going with this relationship. Nikita says, "Hey, how are you? Please tell me something about my career and abroad opportunity." Okay, so weirdly enough, it seems like you're going to go with someone else abroad, which is interesting. King of Wands and the Moon. It feels like this person's the same person here. Your career seems to be at the standstill right now. Unfortunately, there's been some tension at work. And if this is that other people are talking behind your back or something like that, I would suggest HR. But um, yeah, so your abroad opportunity, like you'll enjoy abroad because this guy would be fun to travel with, and he's probably been there before. But do realize that your friends might not particularly think that he's the best or the safest option, but he will be fun. And you'll like traveling with him. He's probably done that before. Kevin says, "Hello. Any advice from me from my ancestors?" Okay, firstly they're telling you to pull up your cotton socks. And you're like, "How do you know?" They're telling you that you need to look after your money. You know how to look after your money, but you're not doing it. So I feel like this is a grumpy old man, maybe. So maybe one of your ancestors a little bit more grouchy about you spending lots of money. And the lovers. So I feel like this person's sitting there going, "Okay, you got like somewhat like this lovely lady coming in for you. Um, treat her nice." So I definitely feel like this is like a grumpy old man. I think this might be like a great grandfather or something. So, uh, Les Miss says a message from my highest self this year. Okay, so firstly, we've got the death card for you in reverse. Now, this came out for a lot of people yesterday, but it hasn't come out for a lot of people today. You need to resolve something that you have kept on going with, like you're repeating this cycle over and over and over again, and it's time to say goodbye to it. It's been here a lot. And you just have to let it go and move on from that. But the sun is that joy, hope, and happiness are coming into you. All those good things that radiate from the sun are yours. So don't worry about this thing that you need to let go of. This might be a person in your past. Sometimes these death cards in reverse are actually exes. How can you donate? The PayPal link is in the description. If you want to donate, tell me your question when you donate, so I can do that for you. Kashish says, Karen Arata, and my connection is over. You're quite. I feel so, because you have prioritized other things for so long that you didn't really work on this connection, Kashish, while you had this person. So I see you, true love. So yeah, I would generally say that this person might be make sure, true love, come back in if you guys don't know, like, this will be here, so you can come back at any time and check your readings. So yeah, I feel like this person's gone for you, Kashish. Okay, Akash says, I'm Aries, she's Sagittarius, and a tarot reading for my relationship. Okay, firstly, this person's going to stay. So this person's not planning to go anywhere, but you also need to, Akash, work harder on this. You need to reevaluate whether this person's important to you and put in the work. Mia says, is AM going to commit to me his current intentions? Okay, so this person might not be committing, but that doesn't mean that they're not thinking about it. They're actually really reevaluating what they want in life and reevaluating who they are. So this can be actually a sign that they're kind of growing up and being more mature. So this might be something that they have to deal with. Their intentions towards you are that they are realizing that you've got them out of like a space that they were stuck in, Emmy. So they're actually going to be very happy that you're still there for them. CS says, what does AM want to say to me right now? If he could, no contact. This person still really wants to be with you, but at the same time, they do not want to invest in you, which means that with Pentacles, it's hard because with the Pentacles, they will always view money as a way to show love or appreciation, or if they value someone, they will put money in a relationship. They don't tend to view that as a bad thing. They'll buy gifts and they'll be yeah, they'll do all the material things, but they won't tend to do any of the emotional things, you know. Tenant Wells says, hey Kaz, may I ask what my aura color is and what kind of spirit I am? Weirdly enough, it felt like You know, popping candy? It's like a bubblegum color. So it's like a purple, but it's not like indigo. It's like that pink purple. I feel that's what I'm getting from you. Is like a pink purple, but it's kind of like a bubble, like a popping candy. So there's like different bits that are pink and different bits that are purple. So it's like two. You're very spontaneous, I feel. Tenant, so what kind of person? Like, weirdly enough, like, spirit is like, if we're going with what I usually say to people, you're a sphinx. So you're like a sphinx. So if you haven't noticed that the head of a human and a body of a lion. But then you're a lazy one. You don't ask riddles, you just go to sleep. Just double checking. Um See if Levy has donated just in case. Cause yeah, no. It's okay. So what is the next one? What Pride and Prejudice says, what does Ism like and not like about me? I'm Cancer. It's interesting because he likes when you are telling him your problems. It's weird, Pride and Prejudice. He likes you telling your problems, but he doesn't like when you're overly emotional. So it could be just like, um, he likes that when you actually talk about your problems, and he doesn't like when you kind of are just emotional for emotional sake. Even though Pride and Prejudice, you'll be like, I'm not emotional just for emotional sake. You've got to realize that if someone comes in and goes, "You okay?" and then you flood of tears, yeah, it might scare a lot of a lot of people. A Cash says, "I'm Aries male and she's Sagittarius. My relationship is is kind of going down bad." What does the tarot say? A Cash, you actually are asked to seek out spiritual counsel. Now, I can't be that for you. So I feel like if you guys have a a religion in common, that you guys should go together, um, and seek out spiritual um advice. If not, you need to do that by yourself. And also kind of give her options, instead of just like not letting her choose the things. Let her have the options and sit there and go, well, the options are these things, even leaving. So then you both can discuss this instead of waiting for it to end. Pink Light says, "Where will I be spiritually at the end of this year? Any advice what to do to heal? I'm a hermit." Pink Light, spiritually, you can be wherever you want to be. I don't think that it's very hard for you. Spiritually, you're very much in touch with yourself. But the cards are saying save your emotions. Don't spend them as much on people. And the Empress means get in touch with your creative side. So it seems to be that you need to seek spirituality through creativity. My question is weird. Will they make another Stardust trilogy soon? Will Ben Solo return? Sea Saint. Yeah, but I did. You'll have to go back in time. Um, no, I don't feel like they'll make another Stardust trilogy. Sorry. You might be waiting for it. I think you are, but I don't think that it is. Jacqueline says, "Is my Capricorn sister-in-law a dark-sided to Capricorn or light-sided?" Thanks. Probably a light-sided, because that seems like a very happy. Oh, she can be slightly. I think this person can be very, very happy and then very much dismissive. Like, they're light sided, but they can have this like dark sided where like you might piss them off and they just disappear. You know, they're not they're not like they're happy go lucky and then you say something and they just. So it's kind of a good thing for you because they might just be trying to stay away from their temper or their anger and they don't want to take it out on you. So they know that it's easier to deal with that. How long ago? It wasn't that long ago. So that was yeah, it's quite a while back, but you shouldn't be that far away from it. Because I remember that. Dash current feelings, what is his mind? Will he give me commitment? It's interesting because you guys have had an argument recently about this, Ruchi. And it was a really bad argument, I feel. But he also wants to be with you, so it could be just that the the lines of commitment between you guys is different. So there might be the lack of expectation on one person, but he's already committed to you, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a weird thing, Ruchi, that you might expect him to be more, and he's just expecting to be there. Kaya says, "How is Jay feeling about me?" They do see you as an option, but they're not always chasing after you, which means, Kaya, that they might be, you might be making yourself available or far too easy to catch. You might have to have a little bit more flirting or chase. If that makes sense. Super High says, when will I get a job? You need to reevaluate how you're actually approaching this. And as soon as you reevaluate this approach, you will get a job. You just need to figure out how you're approaching it and how you're working on it. What is Adash thinking about us? Why he's so silent these days? Any reason? What should I do? This person doesn't know how to deal with their emotions and yours at the same time, Narnia. So you might need to let them process and then deal with that later. Because I would definitely say that's important for both of you. Should I open up to E? I mean, can I trust him? I think this is a life choice that you have to choose. I don't see any deception cards. So it might be like whether or not that personality will help you, Sumbler. Because everyone's very willing to give advice, which means that sometimes the advice that they give is not good because they tend to not realize that it's important. So I feel like you can trust this person. Dear Lord. So Richie says, what did Aries feel when he got my message today? Um, um, a little bit put out, I think, Richie. They didn't feel like they were cared for, and they might have wanted "I love you" or like something more personal, but you tend to, like, you were very direct or straightforward, and they felt a little bit put out, Richie. So they were like not getting cared for. By the way, I mean, for me, what would change in 1 year in general? I think I did that, Angela. Tell me if I didn't. Sheely says, hello, what is my mother plotting against me? There is a deception here, so this person's kind of being a little bit underhanded. I think generally your mom wants the best for you, Sheely. But I feel like it's not particularly great. And it does remind me of my mom back in the day. Um, now I moved country, so it's kind of a weird thing. But my mom would always try to like pressure me to date, or I don't think it's a plot, but she's nefariously tried to do all of these things to make sure your life is happy. Um, and it can be kind of controlling, but you've got to realize that um, your mom might not realize that it could be considered controlling. SK says, what are Seagel's feelings for me? This is interesting because this person could see you being together and having a family, but SK they also see you as being a very different person. So this is kind of an interesting thing because then there's the compatibility. It's not compatibility. Does that make sense? You guys are not um brought together through um a lot of things being very similar about you guys. Actually, you're probably directly opposite of each other. So it's kind of a weird thing because you might be really great together, but you're very different. Shrey says, "How is Emin views me and her next move?" That you can have this get up and go, Shrey. So you're actually you might be slightly lazy, but you do have this kind of get up and go. And the next move that they got is that they're going to stay wise, and they might be watching you, Shrey, to see what you do, so they can react to what you do instead of like the other way. uh Illy says, when will I meet the next guy I have a relationship with next? Okay, weirdly enough, the universe is saying that they already have like the next guy planned, and they just want you to trust them, trust the universe that is going somewhere. But it's going to be interesting because they seem to either say that you'll meet at a party, because this could be just practically my hangover card, or you're going to go through a period of self-reflection very soon, and this is part of this. um I'm thinking to post my guitar covers this SK and stuff on Reels and post on my Instagram. Will it be successful and people view it? The hardest part is who are you doing this for? Because SK, if you're doing it for yourself, then you shouldn't be scared of not being your flamboyant self, and realize that it doesn't matter what other people think. If your family and your friends like it, then that's the main thing, SK. And also stop feeling so scared, because there's kind of this fear-based attachment to this, and you should just do it. Just do it. Don't wait for me. You know? Hello, Ritz. How are you? What has Enhen heard from others about me? That you can be very cold and very angry, so maybe frigid and a little bit angry, Shrey. But that doesn't mean that you're normally that. You just tend to be kind of like that sometimes. Hello, Sunny. Zag King says Leo's reaction after I moved her from the my account. I'm feeling like oh well, what's next kind of feeling for this person. Um, so I feel like this person's being very overly dramatic about how you treated them, but they're also, you know, Tom says, hi, what's coming in my love life? Oh, okay. It seems like your friends are bailing you up about people. You can either listen to them because it might be that they are wanting you to actually go out with someone, Tom. And you might have to take their advice, because they might be a little bit more, um, likely to know who your type is, but do realize that they're probably going to set you up with someone very soon. Thank you, Sunny. It might take me a while, cause we actually scroll down, so it's going to maybe be a little bit. How is my relationship with Sina? No contact. It seems like their heart is healing. They're also trusting the universe to go wherever they want to go. So I don't know whether they are actually coming back to you, Nash, because they're either waiting for you to like rock up, or they're going to be moving on soon. Hello, Yolanda. Hello, Leah. Okay, so will there be a breakup between M and SB? No, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there will be a breakup because there's a manifestation here, but there is also a lot of anger from one person. So it doesn't seem like they will stray. I'm going very good. Thank you, Yolanda. How is my career? Says Anil. Good. It seems like you're working very hard with your team and you're working very hard together and it's working very well. So good job. Teti says, will V a Libra contact me Aries this month long distance? I don't feel so. I think you might be frozen out. Yeah, it seems like so. Sorry, Teti. So, Owen. Okay, so Manifest says, hi, why haven't I heard back from Scorpio lately? They've been working on themselves. They also realized that their kind of house is a mess. So they've been like really working on themselves, and they've also kind of left um the rest of like the physical world go while they've been working on themselves. So unfortunately, it might take a while. Owen says, is there any love coming my way? Interesting. The cards say that you might need to mature a little bit or be more emotionally minded. It's also that your emotions seem to be very, yeah. So you might not control your emotions quite easily. So you tend to not realize that you do affect other people with your emotions as well. So you do bleed quite a lot emotionally. So there's no kind of like bit that you deal with your emotions. You just they pass on to other people. So I think the whole idea is why the cards are not saying anything about love right now is because when this gets resolved, people will come back to you naturally because you're a very attractive person. It's just that the way that you tend to come across to other people is very hard for them to deal with, if that makes sense. When Soul thinking about the future, last time he talked about having kids. This person does want a future, but they also are really scared about their future. Really scared. Mentally they're not in a place that they're great with this love you. They might actually be very scared of like what's coming up, even though they've accepted what they want. They also, yeah, it's a weird thing because they say on the outside and that they kind of mentally mean it, but they're also underneath very, very scared about their future. You're very welcome, Owen. Hey, Ashley, thank you. Yeah. Hi. When will I meet my next potential lover? Um, very soon. I think you've banded quite a lot of your past things, and you've kind of walked away from a lot of the lovers in your past. But it seems like you'll get this one very soon. How will my date go tomorrow? I think you need to go with the flow, but there's the tower moment as well. So it might be that naturally things don't go completely well, Acacia, but that doesn't mean that it won't resolve itself. It might just be something that you guys laugh about because it might be just how you deal with it. So it seems like you need to go with the flow with this one and trust the universe. But it's very interesting when you have a tower moment with a date. It's just like, okay, did they order the wrong thing? And then it gets delivered, and you're like, that's not the right thing. When Sagittarius will go abroad, do you see us both in communication? How will be things? I think that you will have to communicate to this person. I don't feel like they'll communicate without you reaching out to them. Does that make sense? So that's what I would say. You're very welcome, Acacia. Thank you for your waiting, guys. Saint says, does Isman love me or Sabrina more? Sabrina's our option. This person definitely feels more connection with you, but that you're also called to see their motivation, Zane, because that seems like I would be a little bit worried about this person's motives overall. Alamia says, does Amika still have feelings for me? No, I feel like this person's moved on. Lamia, even though you want them to stay. You're very welcome, Summy. Hello, Anu. Of course you can, Lynn. It might take me a while, guys. What kind of love do my guys think uh my guides know I deserve? I think that's what you're meaning. So yes, this is for you. So they're wanting you to always be happy. So I don't see that um they're worried about romantic love. They just want you to be happy and to be fulfilled and just enjoy life. Like, wake up every day and you're happy. So it's like they don't, they're not caring about the romantic part. They just want you to be happy. I'm good, Anu. And you? Is A the right person for me to trust? Will he really take care of me? Thank you. It's interesting because the universe is saying trust it that is guiding you where to go. So it's kind of an interesting thing that the universe is trusting you. But will he really take care of me? Um, this person might not be able to take care of themselves. So this is kind of a weird thing where this person tends to be very preoccupied to the point that they might not eat or they might not sleep, you know? So if they tend to be like that, they might not be able to understand how to look after other people as well. So butterfly, it depends what you mean caring. Ashba says, should I say Sagittarius is not to ghost me? How will he respond if I say him? Lishba, this person probably will think that you're holding on to this relationship when they have let go. So they might just like feel that you can't let them go. That's what I would say to you. Tenant Wild says, should I move out of my apartment? After this year lease, I moved in 3 months ago and feel uninspired. I feel like you're feeling uninspired because you're not working on yourself, Tenant Wild. So I feel like that's the case, is that you're actually called to look inside yourself and work on yourself and actually go out and make some friends, because it seems that that's why you're feeling uninspired. It's not about the house at all. Devisha says medical or commerce with IP. What's best for me? Medical is probably better, but you need to work at it. You need to chase it. But commerce with IP seems like you're more scared of people in this one, so you won't enjoy that, Divisha. Aina says, hi, when will HM give me the financial assistance? I asked him. It seems like you're on your own. It seems like you're on your own. This seems like you're supposed to grow your own self, and the other person might find that you're quite blunt for asking that. Haley says, will my headache go away soon? Unfortunately not, Haley. It seems like you've got a lot, but I would also say this is a stress headache. So if you are up against quite a lot of things, you might need to take a break from some things, because that's what's actually causing it or exacerbating it more. Will my friend go with me to college, both Virgo, Pommy? I don't feel like this person will go with you to college, Pommy. They seem to be a little bit scared of what other people think, so they will stay back. Alishba says, is Sagittarius Uza in love with me, or does he have deep feelings for me? I think you have a fear-based attachment when it comes to this person. So you actually need to let go of that fear-based attachment that you're attached to this person. Because even if you were in a relationship with that person already, you need to let that go. So I don't see any kind of love with this. DJ Kiwi says a message from God for you. This is a lot. It seems like you've got like 2 women mad with you. What did you do, DJ Kiwi? Someone's very highly emotional and someone's very angry with you. Seems like attention seeking behavior as well. So it could just be that you need to kind of lay low for a little bit. Temperance, Knight of Swords, you're called to moderate your behavior, but you're also very much going and directing your energy in a good way. So that's a good thing. Dear Lord. Give me 1 second. Sea Saint says, when will I find true love? What will they be like? I think that you're actually called to chase this. Like actually pursue the whole idea of love. And I think that at the moment, because you're not sharing yourself fully, you're not sharing like your abundance or your toys or anything about yourself, you're actually holding on to yourself and being quite selfish. That you're not getting any like love coming in, because what'll actually happen is, to find true love, you need to display like a very much like a sharing and caring quality to yourself, because love is meant to be shared, and that's what the cards are saying. Thane said, did Isman talk to his family about me, and what did they say? um that obviously it's a new love, that they thought that you were perfect for him. So they're like in love, but they also told him to get up and go. So it seems like he can be quite lazy, so he needed to kick up the butt. He probably still needs to kick up the butt. How do you see things going between me? Sagittarius is until the end of the year. There might be some talking, but there won't be really that much at all for the rest of the year. Ian says, "Hi, how do I move forward to my best future, and will I find happiness?" Yes, yes. Firstly, you will find happiness. That's easy to say. There's also a woman coming in, or if your partner, your your feminine is coming in. So that will mean that this person's kind of working on their own like business and stuff like that, but that means that they will come in. You're meant to just be carefree, but you also have to check the motivations of other people. It might be that it's time to declutter or clean your house in. And also, there's a lot of options that are coming in for you that are actually realistic. They're not pretend or illusionary. They are actually right for you. So I think that there's a lot of things coming in for you, Ian. So good luck with that. Jacqueline says, "Does Zach the Virgo respect my wishes and listens to me about our relationship?" Thank you. He might listen, but he still doesn't. He still does stuff the same way. Like he'll listen, but then it's like telling a little kitty cat that it can't climb on the bench 3,000 times in a row. You know, it's just one of those things. um, but it might just be a man thing. Okay, so the magnet like push I felt towards Alan when I first met, why that was, did he feel that very pull too? Um, it's because opposites did attract Flemme, so you're actually pulled because he's very different from you. And did he feel that pull too? No, he didn't, because the stars in reverse means grow yourself. So it feels like that was a very solo thing. Hello, Curtie. You're very welcome, Ian. What should I feel like I should focus career-wise and emotion-wise? Okay. Well, career-wise, you're doing very well. Cassandra, you shouldn't worry about your career. You're doing it already. Emotion-wise, you have a life choice emotionally, and it might be just down to whether to express your emotions or keep them inside. And I'm not going to tell you which one to use or to be more aware of your emotions and kind of take that step back, but you're choosing not to choose this. So you actually need to choose that. It's a more of an important thing than you would think. Rich says, "Who will I marry?" You're very welcome. Thank you, Curtie. Um, okay, so who will you marry? I feel like this person always gets in trouble. It's you will get them into trouble all the time. They will never have a break. You're always they might be just uh like they're not bad. They're not bad person. They just like know that they're going to get in trouble sometimes, and because they're a lovable rascal, they'll get away with it. like sometimes they won't get away with it, but usually they'll get away with it. So they'll be like a really cute. You're very yes, Curti. Put your question down. So yeah, I think it'll be sooner than later, but yeah, they're very cute. I think you'll find them adorable, but they could get away with murder. Obviously they're not a murderer, but you know, like they look at you and you're like, oh, okay then. I wonder if with what he's no longer interested in a connection. Sunny. Yes, I would definitely say with this person, they're no longer interested in a connection because they've already thought that you've moved on or that you broke their hearts. So they're kind of a very dramatic person, I feel. Leah says, "How have you been? I'm good. How long until me and my lover get back together from the last time you read for me a while back?" Okay, so Leah, I feel like the universe is telling you that it might not happen. There's a lot of struggle here, mentally to kind of deal with that you guys are not together on your end. But it's also the wheel of fortune. So you should just trust the universe that it's taking you where it wants to take you. So just keep on going with that because that's where you're supposed to go. Butterfly says is A more jealous and possessive these days when it comes to me. I don't know. I feel so. Thanks. Hey, Crystal, how are you? I think so, but more because you are their playmate. They enjoy your company, so they feel slightly upset when you want to spend time with other people. Pride and Prejudice says, "What does AM think I now feel for him?" No contact. This person might have thought that you were always thinking that they were going to be around to look after you, to clean up your messes, or like just like always looking after you and never getting anything in return. Even though Pride and Prejudice, you might be like, that's not true. You know, it's down to that person's perception of things. Um, and they're moved on, I think, more than anything, but they still think that you are very doing that. Good, thank you for asking. You're very welcome. Anything for my love life. I think you can be a little bit uninspired by your love life and it's not very adventurous to you anymore. So you could spice this up. But Leah, also with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this person's not putting a lot of investment in you. And you might sit there and go, well, I don't ask for money. But if this person is their love thing is money, that's all that they're ever going to be. They either give you gifts or they're not very interested. Crystal, we will get to yours before we close tonight. Um, I might wait to 10 guys and close the list down, but that doesn't mean you guys should run away. It just means that I will be reading to the end of the list. Yolanda says, is there potential suitor coming? Yes, for sure. With this nine of swords, so it seems like there is a person that wants to come in for you, Yolanda. So it seems like they'll be very energetic. They won't feel think very highly of themselves. They might actually be quite humble. And they do want a family, so they probably will want a family with you as well. Because the Empress has come up. No, no, I will. Like I always do. Rishika says, what does Avi feel about me? You can be very dramatic. There's a lot of like struggles. Like the weirdest thing is I feel like, you know how you have the emo phase, Rishika? You might not know what emos are, but you know, like the person that struggles deeply and then gazes off into the sunset, and all the teenage girls are like, ah, why didn't I look at me? It looks so cool staring off to the sunset. I think you could be like that, but a little bit more aggravating sometimes. But yeah, you do look cool on the outside. Time frame, I feel very soon. I feel only like a month away. Very, very soon. So Lynn says, hi Cassandra, I missed you. Can I get a general? Of course, of course. You're very welcome, butterfly. Okay, so it seems like this is coming up a lot. There's a general lack of excitement in your life, and the cards are saying that you should enjoy, Lynn, your distractions. You should actually distract yourself a little bit more. So you have like the excitements coming back to you in general about life. So because then it will move over and you'll get more excited about everything else. So it doesn't seem like a bad thing. It's just like a vibe check, I guess. What are Isman's motivations for marrying me? Is it love or something else? You give them a way of like a way out of, like, you're very relaxing as a person, and you might give them a way of being themselves, the way that they haven't been with other people. You also give them a get up and go. So it seems like there's no love here. The weirdest thing is like emotionality. They probably will say that they love you, but it's not emotional. I think that's more practical love, I guess. That's what I would say, is more the practicality that they love you because you actually can make them relaxed. Why can't you do both, Ian? But I will pull cards when I get there. How is Momo feeling about me? You're cute. You're a very distractible person. Oh, also heartbreak. Maybe they're thinking that you're not wanting to play with them, that you might actually be using them as a distraction, maybe more than anything. So you might need to give them more hugs in the future. So Pamela says, how does he truly feel about me? That is an essay. No, we're not having any essays tonight. Let's have the short abridged. He feels very old, Pamela, around you. It might be that this person's gone through a lot of past relationships, so they are very jaded about relationships. They're also a little bit worried about that they will be taken advantage of again. So it could just be that they're naturally kind of a little bit more cynical when it comes to love. So it doesn't mean that they don't feel it. They're just trying not to feel anything, you know? Do you think Sagittarius Usa will ghost me or things will go with the flow? I think that there is attention seeking behavior on your part to keep this relationship. I think that they will ghost you because I don't feel like they are here in this relationship anymore, Alishba. Shall I ask, will me and my friend Jessian make a good life if we consider dating or marriage? Well, you guys have a very close connection. I think that you guys would be very good together if you are getting into dating or marriage. But there's also a bit that you guys might need to work on the practicals, because you guys have been friends for so long. It might be very hard to move into a dating relationship because there won't be um the romance or the fireworks, you know. It might be great, but there won't be as many fireworks. um what does Ardash want me to do? Show him love or wait for him to show him love? What is channel message? It's interesting because this person is thinking that you're excluding them, Ruchi. And I think you're both feeling this. You're not like you both think that the other person's here, like shunning you, but you're both here. And you're both waiting for each other to like stop giving each other the cold shoulder. So maybe you just need to go with the flow and trust the universe has got your back on this. So it doesn't matter. So what does my grandmother want me to know right now? Sambla? So this is interesting because I would definitely tell you that she says stop worrying about stuff. Stop worrying about stuff. Focus on things that you can change. Weirdly enough, I'm getting called to tell you the Serenity Prayer, which I don't know whether your grandmother would know, but it's like, God grant me the, what is it? The courage to change the things I can change, the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference, kind of thing. But she's also saying that she loves you very much. So there you go. So Alishba says, what does Sagittarius user think and feels about me? He's thinking that you're a distraction, really, Alishba, unfortunately, more than anything. So. X says, how is my person feeling about me? That you're a very wise person. Also, slightly heartbroken. So they might be feeling very upset that you might X not take their opinions or something like that. That you don't listen to them as much, you know? Janos says, can you see any changes in the next 3 months? Thanks. um, there is going to be changes, but only if you let them be. Um, Weirdly enough, at the moment, you're not letting any changes in to your life, Janos. You actually have to let go of control over these changes. So you just have to naturally accept them. It's also that you've got this attention seeking behavior when it comes to things. So it might be that you micromanage your your future. You kind of worry and you stress and you you know, you don't let it accept itself, you know. So it's interesting. So I would definitely say at the moment, Janos, you're not letting anything come in. Ian Hendricks says, am I doing um right thing with the podcast? Will it be a success? It's hard because there's a couple of things that I would definitely say to you. Um, Firstly, the audio quality is not great. There's something in the background that's kind of being very echoey, and you might need some things on the floor or something that drown like cushions the noise. Because at the moment it's kind of a little bit echoey. The other thing is that there is a life choice to be made with this that you're not actually working on. So it might be that you're not confident enough to do this thing um without really worrying about the outcome of this. And I would definitely say to you, as a person that uses the internet for a living, you have to just keep on going, you know? Like, it's not some, you have to just put your soul in it and hope that even though it's going to be a mess in, that people will come look through the mess and find the real good stuff, you know? And you're gonna learn something along the way anyway. Does Usman keep cheating on me if he loves me? because the whole idea is he justifies it, which is not surprising. So it's not that he thinks that he's hurting you. Does that make sense, Zane? So you actually have to do something about that. If you don't want that to exist, then you just have to leave, you know? As weird, those guys that came back was channeled messages from my ex Sunil, as it's almost 1 year no contact after he broke up without saying. It's the same thing. So he justifies it. So I don't feel like this person's guilty. Well, they don't have any guilt for what they did, Curti. And so most times when you're looking back and you want like people to know, or you want them to kind of give you closure, this person won't give you closure. They just wanted to break up. They didn't have any way that they, you know. So, Jaiti says, Vinay Pandey is my new tenant. What does he feel about me? He does defer to you. More. Does he like call you auntie or something, Jaiti? It's more like a honorary thing, but he's also thinking that the house is kind of slightly messy, a little bit. But yeah, he definitely treats you like honorary, and does feel quite a lot of respect to you. Annie says, do I have any bad karma to play, present or past? I don't think that you have any bad karma to pay. But the hardest part is you're quite clumsy. You might not, Anu, you might tend to be, how would I put this? You tend to put yourself in situations that turn out bad because it's like you haven't really considered what the situation's going to be, and then you walk into the situation and it gets worse. That's how I would say to you. So there's no bad karma, it's just like there's a clumsiness there, I guess. That's how I would explain it. I have a message, anything I need to know. There's no money coming in, like little extra money is drying up, but you're also getting like a love relationship coming in. So if you are together with someone, this is a beautiful relationship, yin and yang partnership. So this is a love card. So if there's anybody, so yeah. Okay, so Crystal says I need guidance. Okay. Firstly, you're getting Crystal, you're getting good at talking to others, and there's probably someone that you really like. If it's not as a romance, it's a friendship, and it's going very well. And you should just keep on believing that it's a good relationship. Um, The only weird thing that I would definitely say to you is that you don't like yourself. Um, and it might be that the weirdest thing is I get this feeling that you go to the mirror and you don't like your reflection. There's something about you that you don't like. And that affects you a lot, like your self ego. And so therefore when you're actually getting anything good coming into your life, if you don't have a really good sense of self, you won't hold on to any happy things because you tend to let these things go. You'll sabotage these things and let them go out of your life because you don't feel worthy of it. And that can be anything that you're dealing with right now. Could be just struggling. You might not be struggling. You might be just struggling, and that might just be the way that you're feeling right now. And I wish I could give you a hug, but unfortunately, the internet won't give me a chance to have a hug. So, heck, you'll be fine. Can I ask if he has feelings for me, says Butterfly, or is using me? He feels like you're very immature. Um, this might be just that this person tends to be very strong. And so they feel like they're always kind of looking after you in that kind of annoying, and can I say sibling kind of way without it being, um, yeah, you know, that bit where you're like, oh, I have to look after them again. So draining. Um, but it's kind of a weird thing because this could just be that they're dealing with a lot of things and they really haven't dealt with them. But that could be just a chance for you to step back and deal with yourself and then sit there and go, well, I'm not a part of your responsibilities anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, this person, because swords are hard, because when most women or even men ask me sometimes, they're asking for emotional love. And a lot of people will say, I love you, but they're not emotionally minded. So it can be hard. So yeah, that's a hard thing. So I wouldn't say that it's, yeah. Does X S dog me? Possibly. Or it's maybe not stalking Anna, but more like uh know where you are kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't say it's creepy stalker vibe, maybe. I don't see any kind of creepy stalker, but yeah, they want to know what you're doing. Anu says general about my life and career. Just keep on accepting any financial offers. Well, within reason, Please don't send all your money to Nigerian princes because someone on the internet tells you to accept financial offers. You guys have a brain, I assume. So yeah, do make sure that there's a good financial offer coming in for you that you can accept. Please no Nigerian princess though. And your career is going good as well. So that's a good thing. I'm confused. Which will be more successful in me long term? Music career or selling my art? Okay. Firstly, with your music career, you need to work harder with it. So you need to re-evaluate your approach with your music. Your art, you seem to enjoy doing this a lot more than trying to monetize your music. And that's the hardest part, is that you've got to enjoy also monetizing your stuff, because you'll be selling your stuff. That's always a hard thing. So Leah says, also, can I get a general reading? Leah, your yin and yang partnerships in here, which is good. So if you aren't in a love relationship, love is coming in for you. If you already have love, this is a perfect balance of yin and yang. You guys complete each other very nicely. And your Queen of Swords upright, so you are in a good place mentally and emotionally, which is great. You're a very intelligent lady, Leah. So, Monica says, how does S feel about me? I'm tired. I made subconsciously agreements, and one is I'm not worthy or easy to love. I sacrifice of my happiness for the ones that I love. Crystal, if we don't fill up our cup first, then we can never ever give love to other people. Because we're always burnt out. Believe me, I know. It's not a good place to be. Karen, just ask a question and I will get down to your reading. So it'll be fine. It'll just take a little bit longer. So Monica says, how does S feel about me? It's interesting because this person's had an argument or disagreement with you. This could be a future disagreement, but I don't think so, because they're really not taking any responsibility for their own emotions or their part to play in this, and they're expecting other people to back them up in it. So it seems like they're really not dealing very well with their own stuff, Monica. And you might just have to let them deal with their own things. Astra says, the two subliminals I'm currently replaying, will they work? If so, by when? It's on self-care and detachment. Okay, self-love. I think the worst thing is for you, self-love. It's like, I've learned about hypnosis is that you cannot give anybody something that they don't think is true. So if you don't feel like you have self-love, then that will not work. You will not pick up this self-love. Because you won't feel it, that it will not come to you, because that happens, you know. So you will have to work on this will have to be a working thing that you work on, Astra. And detachment, So the weirdest thing is that new love is coming in for you. So I don't think you'll be able to detach. Um, so love is coming in for you. So that might be good for you in general, but yeah, your self love, obviously, there's something here that you'll need to work through because I don't feel like you feel like you're worthy of self love, or a lot of people in your past have abandoned you, and so that's really heavy. But I think love and true love are different things. It's hard because I think that we all want a different form of love. So I don't think that love is without practice. I think you have to practice that. Because even if you can say true love, if people don't work on it, then yeah, it will never work. DJ Kiwi says, "What does RB tell his friends and family about me? I'm sure the connection's over, but I wonder." I think that he doesn't really tell them anything about you. Um, I think he's got his own things to deal with. DJ Kiwi, unfortunately. Yes, it's always either being rejected or abandoned. Look, you this is this is the whole idea, is that you are dealing with this thing that's made itself in your head. It's become bigger than yourself. And it's scary because I don't think that even you have to deal with that your past, you can't have much control over your past. Your past is already written. But your future doesn't have to be the same as your past. Pink Light says, what do I need to do to become the best version of myself? Weirdly enough, I'm going to swear, but give me 1 second. So the best version of yourself is not to give a damn. To realize that everything in life crumbles and it doesn't matter, you know? Like when we pass away, nothing that we've ever done really matters. You might find it really weird, but yeah, like when you think about it, like none of this really matters. You'll just be like, well, okay, next life, let's go. So Page of Wands as well is to learn to step up and embrace the journey. So it's kind of learning to accept this journey and to kind of strive for the best. Go to sleep every night and go, did I do my best today? Love yourself first before you love others. That's true. That is true. Because you know what? If you don't love yourself first, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Now, Marata says, "Hi, what do I need to hear now?" There's something that you're struggling with that you're supposed to accept. There's a whole essay there for you. I only want another card, thank you. And that you should give up and walk away from it, whatever it is. So obviously take like that on advisement, but there's something that you're struggling with, which would be easier to give, like, go and walk away from. Also, Namrata is like learning to have a healthy sense of self. So then when good things come in, you hold on to them. You don't think that they're there for someone else. Or you think, okay, that person doesn't love me. You know, when good things come in, you hold on to them. You're like, yes, yes, they're here for me. Isra? No, haven't yet, unfortunately. Are you Ra? Leah says, what does T granddad that sadly passed away want to tell me about the problem between me and his granddaughter? Well, firstly, he doesn't want you to argue and fight. Um, but the whole idea is you guys are so different, that it's going to be an interesting thing between you both. But there's also Ace of Cups. So there's like new love that's coming in. So you guys might realize that you're not that different from each other. Also he's telling you to accept love back into your life in some way, I think. So this could be not just romantic love, it could be a love of a hobby or something. Didn't you miss me, ma'am? I did, Jaiti. Unfortunately, I'm getting to a point that I'm getting a little bit tired. So I will be closing the list in about 15. But I'll be doing everyone's questions before I go. How do people see me? Do they find me attractive or beautiful? It's interesting, Jaiti. I would say no, uh, to attractive or beautiful, but I don't think that it's that you aren't. I think it's just the way that you display yourself. I guess, like, you might not be very confident about yourself, so that can be why. I think it's the confidence. If you had a little bit more confidence, you would just like. So I haven't gone across yours, Israel. So I think it's confidence, Jaiti. Because you are attractive and beautiful. I know. Where are you? That's weird. I'm sure I haven't answered yours yet. Can you put down your question again, Isra? Because I don't see you, unfortunately. Sunny says, I didn't move on. Will he be reaching out to me? Yes, I feel like this person will be reaching out to you, Sunny. Oh, okay, okay. That's probably why. Carlos, it might take me a while to get to your question. I hope that's alright. Will I be getting another forced stimulus check this month deposited through my debit card? Ashley, unfortunately, it won't come this month. It might be next month. So I'm very sure it'll be this month coming, not this month. So stay strong. Because that's what the cards are saying. Is there any channeled messages from anyone? Weirdly enough, I feel like this is a pet Anu more than anything. Because I think that they're coming through more as a pet that misses you. Yeah, I feel like they used to like drink from like the toilet and hide in boxes. It's more like I feel more like that. And even if it wasn't your pet, it was someone that you were close to that had a pet. But the pet messes you, for sure. You're very welcome, Ashley. Richie says, can you tell me when he, Adish, and Mia will come in a relationship? Both love each other. Is he thinking or will think for it? When? It seems like this will take him a while, but it seems like the cards are saying stay strong. So this is going to take a little bit of time. So within like 8 months of now, Ruchi. So did oh okay. I didn't see it. So if you put down your question again, just so if I miss it the first time, it's still down there. Okay, so what did he hear about me? That you're very creative and you're also very like self-reflective. I feel like more poetess, kind of like that bit where you kind of quite amused to people. I don't know how to explain it other than you tend to have that kind of natural floaty like arts student vibe. I guess that's what I would say. Ian says, last question, please. Any channel messages of love from me, please? Okay, so you're supposed to do some kind of self-reflection to find your partner, your future partner. But it seems like you will have family in the future. So I don't think that you're going to be single for very long. But I think that you're called to actually kind of think about what your partner in your future should be like. Because nothing better than actually understanding who you want to be with. Ruby, that was like a half a. He's like, I'm Aries. Are we destined to be together? Oh, you guys are very, very, very different. Like, I would say this. Yeah, I'll go with this is uncompatibility, guys. Um, for you, Ruby, because it seems that you're both very different. If you guys had more in common, um, it probably would be less like that, but I don't think so, unfortunately, Ruby. Um, Narnia says, any messages of he loves me, but he's introvert to show his feelings all day. So I'm here to find out how much or what he feels for me. Any positive changes? Yeah, you're right. He's very emotionally shut down. He knows how to express his feelings, but he won't. So that's not his problem. He's also thinking very like future driven. That's probably why he's really not been um thinking of a relationship. So it's kind of a weird thing where he seems to need to get that thing. But if he doesn't kind of get up and go and take your heart, it's going to be funny because he's going to miss out on a really great adventure. Okay, Karen. Um, is he really serious about commitment? Why does he love her? Um, he's not really serious. He just doesn't have any good ideas. And why does he love her? He just naturally fell into that relationship. So that's the case. I'm going to put list is closed just so I can get down to the list is closed for tonight. But don't run away. It's just there for me to know that I have like stuff to finish up. Sure, I did that. Oh, okay. It did show up because it's slow chat. um, give me 1 second. So then I go down to the end. So that's why the questions are up there. So Curti is next. Yeah, I don't want closure. Want to know what the reason of breaking up when there was so much love. I think there wasn't any reason. Does that make sense, Curti? It was just naturally going to happen like that. So that's the problem. Um, people just break up because they felt like it, unfortunately. There won't be any reason other than just it was. Also, I'm struggling for success in health, job, and be independent when the struggle will get off and positive changes will come. When you feel like, Isra, I'm not yet. There's no one coming up yet, and I have to scroll down, unfortunately. So Mystic Fire, unfortunately, that's the case. So sorry guys. So Nania, it seems like you need to think more. Um, highly of yourself to catch all the happiness that's going to come in. So it's just like you need to think about that. I was after Monica. I haven't got there yet. So here's where we are. So unfortunately, I don't think that we've got there yet. Kelly says, is my landlord jealous of me? Am I protective from her? You're probably right that she's jealous of you. I know you're not protective from her. But I don't think that it's a bad thing. I don't think that she's going to turf you out. But yeah, you're not protective from her. Does that make sense? For real? So there you go. So Isra, where are you? I don't see you at all, unfortunately. Just put down your question and I'll get to you. Because I don't see you down there. Butterfly says, it does. Lastly, does his family and friends know about me? Thank you. No, I don't think so, Butterfly, unfortunately. Well, maybe he has actually said something about you, but it's more like about the arguments and fights that you've had more than the positive things. Ask the question because even though the list is closed, you've been here and you've been waiting. So, SAS says, "Hey, like the video. Thank you. May I ask for a general love reading? Of course you can. That's weird. It's not coming up for me either. Um, so your general reading is Queen of Cups is coming in for you. You might be Queen of Cups, so this might be, if you're feminine, this is you. So Queen of Cups in reverse means that you're highly emotional, or this person is highly emotional, which means that they will be quite hard to deal with, or they could be emotionally dependent or reliant on other people, which is not very good if you're this person, because you might need to step on your out on your own and become more emotionally dependent on yourself. But Nine of Swords means that your actions, your directed actions, are bringing you good things anyway. So I think just work on your emotion ability and the rest will follow. That's all right. So I think that obviously there's some good things coming, but it's just that you might need to deal with um The problem with cups, I actually am dating someone that's cups, and I'm swords. Poor my other half is a very poor person because they're always like, "Do you hate me?" I'm like, "No." What? So like, are you angry with me? No. I'll tell you if I'm angry with you. So it's kind of a weird thing. JET says Vinay Pandey will have an exam on the 21st of May. How they will be. Yeah, they'll scrape through. It's not going to be great, but they will pass. They also needed to get more help from other people that were studying, but it's too late. Unless they really work with other people, then it's going to be a thing. Uh, Humor, we are finished for tonight. So unfortunately, that's the case. I'll be back on Monday and Tuesday, unfortunately. Tonight I've closed the questions quite early because, weirdly enough, I've got kind of a little bit of a headache. Just a little bit. Was I actually born before 1:30 p.m.? Please answer, says Carlos. It's weird because I feel like, yeah, but it's not that that much before, actually, weirdly enough, by probably like a couple of seconds. So it's not like um it's actually a bad thing. Sorry, Humira. Thank you so much. Okay, so JET says who's coming towards me? King of Cups. It seems like a love relationship for you as well. King of Cups in upright, which is what my partner is, and he's a very adorable partner, so it's so many times. Okay, just ask a question and put a question mark and see if it goes through, and then maybe rephrase it, because it might be that your writing has kind of deleted it, but I can't see it, so it might be just like blocked. Happiness is a butterfly. Me and my sister will be adopting a kitten next month. Um. Okay, so interestingly enough, I have two. So the curl tail will have quite a lot of energy, and we'll be doing some zoomies. So they'll be like that. They'll be very highly energy, and the other one will tend to be just like a fat putty cat. Sit in the sun and do nothing but purr. So it's up to you. Israel, unfortunately, I don't know what to do about that because it must have got blocked. Ask the thing is that you've got a question here. So weirdly enough, can you write it again in a different way? So if you can censor it, maybe. Is there anything T granddad? Oh no, it's sorry. X says, how does he feel about me? And then Hanged Man. Oh, interesting. This person's got quite a lot of tension when it comes to you. It might be that they think that you tend to tell other people about your connection with them. They're also not really wanting to be in a relationship. It's a weird thing. They're kind of holding off falling into a relationship, but they'll naturally do that. KSM? I don't remember that. When did you ask me that? Or is it just now? Is there anything that T Grandad wants to say to me and T getting back together as a couple? Just be nice to him. Uh, something about being nice to T, and he'll naturally fall back into a relationship with you. So it's like being more emotionally available. Does that make sense? Pumpkins and mummies, well, we're finished for tonight. Um, but I will be back on Monday. So Karen says I need a general involving my neighbors trying to take over my property and rent the lot. What do I need to know? Are they plot more drama or get around my home title parent has will? John keep. Is these two questions? It seems like that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Isra. Um. Okay, so there's two questions I think, Karen, tonight. uh, so let me work with those two. So King of Cups and Emperor. So what they're planning to do is just wait for you, like, no, wait for your parents to pass, and then they'll try to get around that. So that's their thing. They're either going to do that or they're going to um purchase the property when your parents pass. Um, will John stop keeping me a secret? I think so. But I'd also ask why it's taken them that long to kind of not keep you secret, because that's kind of a little bit of a thing. Okay, so will we be official by this year, says Butterfly, if you keep on working with that, you know? Uh, hell. Okay, guys, there's going to be 3, and then we're going to be done, okay? Because list is close, but you guys just came in. So KSM says, what do you get about John Torres ever taking this relationship to more committed connections, stop his adult children secret and me from them and our mutual friends? What's up with that? Okay, so I think that he will, But at the moment, he's taking that more as a distraction. So he's taken this relationship more as a distraction, but he's going to, yeah, do that right now. I wouldn't say that far. That's okay, KSM. I did that. So now I've done yours. So that was just yours. What is my friend's D's feelings towards me right now? This is weird because this person needs to let go of something that happened to both of you in the past. That they need to let go and move on with. But it's also the Wheel of Fortune. They're taking this relationship one day at a time. So that's all good. Happiness is a butterfly. We'll be finished up after Isra, because I'll be like dead, unfortunately. The question at the supermarket, I met a woman, we said hello. I was seduced by her way of being, was she was interested, what was her feelings? I don't think she's interested, but she was very happy that day, Isra. And you were just part of that happiness. So, I don't think that this person's actually interested, unfortunately, because the heartbreak. So taking 5 minutes. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got slow mode on because it takes a while. Unfortunately, it's all good. It's all good. So we've finished up for tonight. Happiness is butterfly. Oh Jesus. Okay, one card, and then we'll finish. Because I think your cat would want to say something. Oh, he's got plenty of toys to chase, so he's hoping that you get the kitty cat plenty of toys to chase. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna finish up tonight. I'll see you on Monday, guys. Monday next week. Bye, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.